In this video, we'll do some primary tasks that need to be done when you log into the WP admin panel for the first time and before you start any other work on your website. I have seen many developers ignoring some of these tasks. And that's fine for them because it will not cause their website to crash. But for me, ignoring these tasks is not fine. For me, it is very important to have a website which is not only good looking on the front end, but also on the back end. It is important to get rid of stuff that you do not need and to configure some settings correctly. You will realize the importance of being organized and systematic when you start working on big projects. So, my recommendation to you is to adopt good practices and follow these procedures right from the start. It will help you become a better developer over time. Okay, let's get started. The first thing that we need to do is delete the Hello World post which is present by default. We do not need this blog post. We'll create our own posts whenever needed. Whenever you delete a post or a page in WordPress, it normally goes into the trash. This helps you to recover it in case you discover that you want the post or page back. However, in our case, I am 100% sure that we do not need the Hello World post back. So let's go ahead and delete the post from the trash as well. Let's now move on to the pages and delete the default pages because we don't need them. We'll now take a look at the plugins that have been installed by default. As you might have already guessed, we will delete these too. Now let's take a look at the users menu item. WordPress comes with a user role management system which defines what a specific user can and cannot do on your website. This screen lists all the user accounts and provides options to add a new user, delete a user, modify a user, and so on. For now, the only thing we need to do is to set a password for our account so that we can log in directly to the WP admin panel without going to EasyWP first. The only user account that you see here is the one that was created automatically by EasyWP during WordPress installation. Let us click on that to view its details. You can change your personal details along with a few other things, but my main point of interest is to note down the username and set a new password. Choose something secure and update your profile. Now let us close everything and let me show you how to log into the WP admin panel directly without going to EasyWP. Open up www.completewpmastery.com/wp-admin in your browser. This would take you to the login page where you need to enter your credentials. You already know your username and password. Enter them to log in. There you go. You are now inside the WP admin panel without needing to visit EasyWP first. Now let's move on to the general settings of our website. It is important to have a meaningful site title which is relevant to the website. In the upcoming videos, you will notice this title will be used at several places. As far as tagline is concerned, try to come up with a catchy tagline for your business. If you do not want to use a tagline for now, delete the default tagline from here because I personally feel it does not look good and does not solve any purpose for your business. The next two fields, WordPress address and site address, are extremely important. Technically, you can have different URLs in these fields depending on your requirements. However, since you are just starting out, there is no need to make things overly complex. Let us stick to the basics and use the same URL in both these fields. The URL that we'll put in these two text boxes is the URL of our website. Be sure to use the format that you want to take forward for your website, with or without www. It is a matter of your own preference. I personally like the www version. Therefore, I'll use this URL for both WordPress address and site address. Let us move on and set the time zone of our website to whatever you need. It is important to set this right. WordPress will use this time zone to save and display dates and times on your website. You can also choose a format to display date and time on your website and also the starting day of the week. After configuring these settings, we'll save them. In reading settings, make sure you check this box that says discourage search engines from indexing this site. We do not want Google to add our website to its index until we are ready. Once our website is complete, we'll uncheck this and I'll show you how to ask Google to crawl our website and add it to its index. Another important task is to change the permalink settings. A permalink is the full URL you see and use for any given post, page, or other pieces of content on your website. It includes your domain name like www.completewpmastery.com plus a slug, which is the piece of the URL that comes after the domain name. WordPress offers us the ability to create a custom URL structure for our permalinks. When you advance further in the course, you'll come to know that a URL must be SEO friendly. For now, just select post name because it will make our URLs SEO friendly and hit save. Okay, so these were some important tasks that I recommend doing before working further on the website. In the next video, we'll look at themes and install Astra Pro on our website.